in the society we live in. People already are aware of that they could play a very positive role in improving their environments. Paradoxically, few of them bother to do so, maybe because of perplexity on the results of these initiatives. So EL4DEV is a collective enterprise that heavily uses information technology to initiate a mass stimulus, but it is not limited to people interacting through computers, otherwise it will be difficult to address all humanity. So the role of EL4DEV is to train a maximum number of people in a joint action for progress, by taking the path to ethics and enlightenment. It is true that if a small group wishes to make changes, aims to create a dynamic of progress, its impact on the world body will have no lasting effect, since its inertia is not sufficient to move it. Its dynamic is too low. It's almost impossible to change the global mass because the weight of bad habits and ways of being and thinking that it generates is too large and eventually completely drown any minor attempt. Unless we operate several small independent and perfectly targeted changes, or more precisely, several dynamics. Thanks to an ingenious system making perfect use of cybernetics, the science of complex and self-regulating systems, the effects accumulated by these small changes made in various spaces of the world end up creating a sufficiently powerful wave that travels fast enough to reverse the overall trend. This is where the ingenuity operates. To initiate and sustain these dynamics, we have to target that makes up the common point between all men and women. That is to say that in the deep of them, they all aspire to find our humanity. These territorial dynamics must imperatively fit to the different socioeconomic environments. This means that they must take into account the economic, social, anthropological, cultural and spiritual. They need to help meeting local and not global issues. As stated by the French philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau, man is naturally good, but it's society that corrupts him. So let's work to greatly improve the society by the joint and benevolent action of men everywhere. EL4DEV is not an NGO, so its projects are different, especially in process management, results and sustainability. The EL4DEV development projects are pilot projects that aim in the overall process to stimulate some dynamics of progress at the micro level, that is to say on a small territory, through coercion and synergy of multiple stakeholders. They respond to real needs related to local issues and take into account all socioeconomic, anthropological and cultural characteristics within each territory. They are systematically based on the 6 strategic pillars of the philosophy of the EL4DEV program, through innovation, high added value and sustainability, empowering individuals, profit for the regions and countries, massive and participatory alternative education as the highest goal, transparency and performances real-time measurement. Developed processes are systematically innovative or tend to rewrite the traditional processes by adding additional links. They use the dynamic of masses cooperation that are possible by ongoing interactions of many stakeholders, far exceeding the environments of the projects. They introduce testing, efficiency measuring, and oriented mass communication means. This control is dynamic and is in real time. Then projects are highly interactive due to their environments changeable at will. We are talking about non-permanent environments, such as in an online massively multiplayer game. This is of course supported by the information technologies that are inseparable from the operational and educational performances aimed and the required full transparency. These processes only use the projects as massively scalable environments to educate all socioeconomic stakeholders around the territories where projects are conducted and beyond, through transnational synergies. At the end, these processes are used as franchises since their models can easily be adapted to other territories of the world if these ones contain similar socioeconomic characteristics. They are perfectly governed by strict rules to meet many criteria of quality and transparency. Franchises are fully supported financially and operationally by EL4DEV Group to conduct these beneficial projects in their territories. Indicators to check the achievement of objectives in each project are quantification and spatial representation of the dynamics of progress brought by all socioeconomic stakeholders in the environment, quantification of the stakeholders involved in the process and transparency of their roles throughout the various stages, finally reactions and behavioral changes of the stakeholders directly involved or not in the various steps. The project represents the means used and the evolving environment to bring a highly interactive learning. The source of verification in each project is an online software designed for this purpose. Data modeling of the interactions and synergies created, the added value in real time, the satisfaction felt in the co-creators' roles through static and dynamic mapping and representative diagrams and tables. It is possible to become partners and to appear as co-ambassadors supporting a project or a series of projects with the same issue. The acquired funds are intended to support research and development.